You know of city, Nashville, Tennessee, where I was raised. At the time Hank's talking about was, as segregated by race says, any city in South Africa at the height of apartheid, as was every other city in the South. And I think back on that time, and it is hard for me, and I think hard for all of us, to imagine a time when if in that city, or any city in the South, if you were black, any place you needed to go or wanted to go, you could not go. You couldn't go to the hotel or to the hospital or to the restaurant or the movies or to the city park or to the water fountains in the courthouse or the restrooms in the courthouse. And you could not go because local ordinances, state statutes, federal Supreme Court case, Plessy versus Ferguson, said you could not go under pain of punishment. And beyond that, there were the damnable signs that told you where you could go and where you could not go. And as a white child, what I'm going to say to you is not really believable. I was there. I was raised in it. It was the culture of my town. And I never saw it. I never saw the indecency, the indignity, the injustice of it. Hard to define when, over a period of growing up, the outrage began to make itself felt on my mind and heart. But and when I say I never saw it, you say, well, you know, that's impossible. You were there on the buses. You saw black people having to struggle through those crowded buses to the back. Surely you must have seen people like Rosa Parks. And of course I did. But when I say I never saw them, you won't understand until you read Ralph Ellison, The Invisible Man, who says it in just the same way. They never saw me. They looked through me. They looked beyond me. It was as if I was not there. I had no identity. And that's the way it was with me. I can remember more times than I can remember, I sat on first a trolley car, then a city bus, late in the afternoon, saw those women board those conveyances, pay their fare, crowded, late afternoon. They've spent the day working in some white woman's home, maybe my mother's. And through that crowd, they struggle to the back where the signs and the laws say they must go. And when I say in my own mind I never saw them, I've said this before and thought about it so many times, where was my head? Where was my heart? Where were my parents' heads and hearts? My teachers, not once on Sunday did I hear from the pulpit anything about the indecency, the indignity, and the injustice of that.